Good morning. I'd like to welcome everybody to the August 21st, 2025 Board of Public Works and Safety meeting. Roll call, please. Here?
Here.
Here. Are there any conflict of interest statements? You good, Donnie?
I'm good, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Approval of the minutes of the meeting of August 7th, 2025 and August 14th, 2025.
Motion to approve those minutes.
And I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Bid openings, quotes for electric vehicle charging stations. It looks like we have 3 of them. The first one is from Midwestern Electric. And Midwestern Electric's quote is $106,300. Again, that's $106,300. Thank you. What is that? Austin. The second one is Austin Electric. And their quote is $130,075. Let me read it again. $130,075. That's their Austin. MCOR, the last one's MCOR Higher Electric. And their quote is $129,750. Again, that's $129,750.
So the board may know that we received a grant from the Electric Efficiency Community Block Grant to purchase and install electric vehicle charging stations, 2 here, 1 to replace the existing station here at City Hall, and then a rapid charger, and then 2 rapid chargers at the Sportsplex. So we have the devices, we just needed a quote to get the implementation done. And so I just ask that you recommend this to our consultant for review and tabulation and recommendation.
Okay.
Motion to refer the matter to the engineering consultants for review, recommendation, and tabulation.
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Number 6, matters from other department heads or their representatives.
Good morning, Mr. President and Board.
Good morning.
We have a status on 5217 Hammond, which is 10C. I would request that be moved up due to some time issues on the owners. If we could hear that now.
Okay.
So I've got some updated photos. The board's aware of this property. It's under a demo order. This is just so these are August 7th, August 20th. To my knowledge, there hasn't been any work other than having the scaffold put up. I do know that they have requested Mr. Kearney to take a look at the contractor that they provided us. I saw the license, the Chicago license that the contractor had yesterday. Mr. Kearney is suggesting that a temporary license be issued to that company, provided they give the city adequate bonding and insurance information. He'll issue a temporary license to them that will be valid through September 9th, because the next test for the contractor would be on the 8th, and we're requesting that that contractor sign up and take the test on the 8th. So as long as he does that on the 8th, then we'll take a look at the temporary licenses expiration date of the 9th. So I'd like to set this for a status on the 11th. I think that's the Thursday, if my math's right, on the date, on the 11th, for status, and I request the owners to give us an indication of what's going on.
Okay.
Yes,
You guys
and
go ahead and let us know what's going on.
Yes, and I would like to add to something that Mr. Kevin said. The contractor that is going to remove the panels is actually a potential buyer, and removing the panels, it's caught up in his budget to actually develop the building. And he's in talks with Mr. Juan and Melissa and I think Miss Ann Taylor. He got quotes for curing the problem inside the building as well, to develop the building. So he's aware of the demo order, the panels. ASAP, he's trying to get the license for the panels, but also he wants to develop the building. So removing the panels is caught up in his budget.
So
Yeah,
basically, that's what we're aiming first, because that's the emergency that we at hand. So as soon as he gets that temporary license, we're beginning to remove the panels, which he's already communicating with Kelly, and we're going to be moving forward with that.
Yeah, so my information obviously was only from the building department. If there's economic development issues that are going on regarding
Yeah, this is
sale of the
just for
building,
kinda-
then that's on EcoDev's side.
Yeah.
You know, we're just worried about what's happening here with the demo order and the condition of the property. So I appreciate the information, and I'm glad that we heard about that. But from our perspective, obviously, we just want to get these panels.
Yeah, no.
down.
The first thing is the panels. That's what we're focused on.
Well, the problem is the board has heard the word emergency a few times dealing with this, and the problem with us is it doesn't seem like it's being treated as an emergency. And now it seems like we're gonna wait another 2-3 weeks before anything gets done.
Well, we secured as much as we can. We already looked at the building, like, we come by it all the time, making sure nothing is loose. We did secure as much as we can. It's solid for now, but we want to move forward as soon as possible. That's why we're getting him to as soon as he gets that temporary license, we could just start removing the panels.
And that new owner's ready to do that
Well,
financially?
he's not a new owner yet.
No,
Okay,
yeah.
no, we're working with him.
With him,
Because
okay.
he's gonna do it regardless, so we're gonna work with him, and he's getting that temporary license, which makes it more feasible. So we're not stalling it, we're just making sure that he gets it so we can start.
So the temporary license is ready to be issued, okay?
Yeah.
It's ready to be issued downstairs. If the board, you know, as I think, the building department shares the concern of the board, which is, you know, I was looking, we've got photos from July 9th, with the scaffolding just went up. You know, if you want to set a sooner status, I'm fine with that, because, you know, ultimately, if the owner is not going to take and get the, you know, using this contractor / potential new owner to get this stuff down, the city was ready to proceed. We just didn't want to use our money, lean the property up, cause more problems if they want to try to sell it. We wanted the owner to take on this onus and take care of the panels. I would agree that there has not been an issue with any panels falling since that initial time. So if they did go up and take a look and see if it was secured, that's great. But, you know, it doesn't take long for a storm to whip through like it did the other day, and we've got a problem, right? So I would ask that the temporary license bill, it should be issued ASAP, right, as soon as we get the,
I spoke with Evelyn, she was trying to make contact with them to make sure everything was in order.
okay. And
It would be issued immediately after, and the work should start.
so if we can get the permit issued no later than tomorrow, which would be the last day of the week, you know, right? Tomorrow, Monday at the latest. I mean, it's up to the board. If they want to set another status next week, the week after,
I don't know, the status seems to be more frustrating than anything, because it doesn't seem like we're moving. We don't even know who the owner is. They are currently, but they
Yeah.
might not be
Well,
next week or week
yeah,
after.
we're gonna be,
so-
we're gonna be acting as the owners and responsible for it. So we're working with the potential, but we're using him as the person that's gonna remove the panel. So we're trying to do it as fast as we can.
and you've informed him about the demo order, right?
Correct.
As you're supposed to, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, what was your original date that you would like?
Original
for-
date was 9/11. I mean, if you want to go 9/4, just to see what's going on and make sure like he signed up for the test and all that.
So this next week is too fast?
Well, I'm just worried that if
I think even by next week, if they get all the paperwork in, that there's no reason why they should be mad at us.
I'm talking about, is it too early to have a status next week if they don't get the license till Monday?
No, because if they get the license Monday, you can have the permit issued the same day.
Okay, there you
Because
go.
even if we see something happen Tuesday, that'd be great.
Okay, yeah,
So I think that's what we're gonna do. Gentlemen, I hope you understand, we're gonna keep this on a very short leash, because somebody has to take care of the problem, whoever that's going to be.
Okay, so if, let's say he gets a temporary license, when you say you need some type of thing by Tuesday?
Thursday.
You mean like actual removal? Because once he gets the temporary license, then he has to get the machinery there. You know what I mean? So like, that's kind of why, it's moving forward. I know it's frustrating, but we just want to make sure that we don't just get stuck where he gets the license and then something where,
Can he show up next Thursday?
absolutely, I could.
All right, so at least we'll get that out of his mouth. right?
Yeah, I mean, I wanna see that. I just wanna see something.
Yes.
instead of scaffolding that goes halfway up, we want something more done.
Sure.
Because again, at some point, we have to take responsibility for this, which I feel like we're at that point now. So we are gonna set it for next Thursday,
Okay,
and hopefully that keeps things moving, okay?
thank you.
Okay.
Motion to set this for status for August 28th, 2025.
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Anything else from department heads or their representatives? Okay, moving on to number 7, correspondence, letter A. Correspondence received from William Short, Chief of Police, requesting the approval of the following. Officer Devin Pineda placed on a paid administrative leave effective August 16th, 2025. Officer Devin Pineda reinstated and taken off leave effective August 19th, 2025. Officers Kevin Holland and Mike Ciccatelli shall relinquish their evidence technician specialty pay effective August 15th, 2025. Officer Brandon Kerwin shall relinquish his evidence technician pay and receive K-9 handler specialty pay effective August 8th, 2025. Corporal Benjamin Stoneball was transferred from administration to the Detective Bureau and shall receive detective specialty pay effective August 18th, 2025, and recommending Jamarian McGee to be appointed as a probationary member and to serve his 1-year probationary period effective August 20th, 2025.
Motion to approve.
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Letter B, correspondence received from the Controller's Office requesting the approval of the renewal of amusement device license for Calumet Laundromat, Fantasy Gentlemen's Club, and the Pines Lounge.
Motion to approve.
And I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Letter C, correspondence received from Brian Miller, Purdue University Northwest, advising they will have a family moving night on September 13th, 2025, from 7 p.m. until 10 p.m. University police will be present to ensure the event ends at 10 p.m.
Motion to approve.
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Letter D, correspondence received from Jamie Gonzalez, 7435 Tapper Avenue, requesting the approval to close Tapper between 174th Place and the corner alley to hold a block party on September 13th, 2025, from 10 a.m. until 10 p.m. with signatures attached.
Mr. President, this is just by way of information. Last weekend, Captain Strabobby contacted me and met me up north regarding a block party that we had approved, I think, recently on Roosevelt. There was some confusion by patrol as to what the folks that were having the party were supposed to produce. And apparently they get what has been known, I get what Linda always gives to the folks that are asking permission is a approved stamp on their petition. Okay, so I just want to make sure, and Captain Strabobby and Linda and I kind of worked through that on Saturday night, but I just want to make sure that you as as chief, assistant chief, let maybe the shift lieutenant know, and so that patrol knows that that would be the document that would have to be shown.
Okay.
Okay, just so there's no confusion, because I think it was some young guys on patrol that maybe hadn't run into that before.
Yeah, I might actually get a copy of it just so I can send everybody a copy of what it looks like.
Yeah.
We did have a loud music call at that address.
Yeah, and I
also,
think
so-
that got calmed down, and I appreciate what PD did there, and I think everything got worked out. But I just wanted to let you know that, so that if,
Okay.
so that patrol knows what they should be looking for.
Gotcha,
Right.
okay. 10 to 10.
Motion to approve.
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Letter E, correspondence received from Gority Osagera, 912 Summer Street, requesting to block off Maywood Street from Kane to Summer Street on August 24th, 2025, from 4 p.m. until 10 p.m. with signatures attached. Short little block, yeah. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Three, but yeah.
Motion to approve.
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Number 8, matters from board members. Anything from either of you? Okay. Number 9, new business. Letter A, order to rescind findings in order for property located at 1247 Lakeview Avenue, submitted for approval.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I thought it was Jordan's. Yeah, so Jordan, you want to take it? Yep. I think it's not on a demo.
I was made aware that this property had an order regarding the removal of illegal space as well as a kitchen on the second floor. Upon the inspection, we've confirmed that everything that needed to be removed was removed, and we would request that the order be rescinded.
Okay.
Motion to approve.
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Letter B, request to consent to access soil sampling, HDEM.
Good morning.
Good morning.
This is a request from US EPA as part of the Federal Superfund cleanup of federated metals. They are looking to essentially sample all the parkways in the city of Hammond as background information for the cleanup in Robertsdale. I've signed on behalf of the board in regards, so I'm looking for your authorization that I can return this to US EPA because this is going to involve a lot of discussions back and forth, which I would bring the important issues to the board's attention, but I'm just requesting approval that we can move this project along.
And I just want to add, I appreciate everything HDEM and Ron has done to inform Law Department. I know the Mayor's office, I talked to the Mayor this morning, and Chief of Staff earlier this week, so they're aware of this. A similar request went through the Park Board last night, and so based on Ron's professional recommendation, that was signed as well, and so we're kind of, relying on, well, as we should, Ron's experience and, great experience in this regard, so I think we're good to go.
Yeah, in addition, this has also been sent to the Redevelopment Commission and to the Park Department. So you can see that they are trying to cover all the bases, but this is going to give them background information in regards to sampling that's what's naturally occurring in the city of Hammond versus something that's impacted by an industry. So I recommend approval.
Okay.
Motion to approve.
I second.
Thank
All in
you.
favor, say aye. Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Thank
being
you.
here. Letter C, C-Click Fix requesting yellow paint at the corner of Arkansas and 171st due to cars parking up to the corner, making cross-traffic hard to see.
If you could refer to engineering for review and recommendation.
Okay.
Motion to refer this to engineering.
And I second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Letter D, right-of-way permits received from engineering, submitted for approval.
Good morning.
Morning.
So we have two poles at 65th and Montana that needs replacement with equipment. Retire gas and electric for 1305 171st and lot 32 in Clark Fields for gas and electric and a Buffalo box. So I recommend approval.
Okay.
Thank you.
Motion to approve.
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Letter E, request for gas station exemption hearing, nice and easy, 4508 Calumet Avenue.
Motion to set that meeting for September 4th, 2025.
I second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Letter F, request for rental registration hearing, submitted for approval.
Motion to set that request for September 4th, 2025.
And I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Letter G, request for amusement device late fee hearing, submitted for approval.
Motion to set that for September 4th, 2025.
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Remind me to miss that day. Letter H, garage sale permits, submitted for approval. Very. A lot of stuff that day.
Yeah.
Seems like it.
Good haircut.
Yeah, we're good.
Motion to approve.
I second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Moving on to number 10, old business, letter A, a demolition hearing for 3 Locust Street.
Good morning to the board. I believe Mr. Bars is on Zoom. He represents the bank, which is, I believe, Allied First Bank out of Phoenix. At least that's the address we have. This is a property that was first up, I believe, on August 7th and was reset on Mr. Bars's request to the 21st. So just to set the record, this matter is up under the Unsafe Building Act. It's a property located at State Line and Locust. There was a fire on this property pursuant to the inspection report that was done by the Inspections Department on March 10th of 25. I can actually, Mr. Pollack did that report as 4th District Inspector, and he's here today if we need any testimony from him. A house fire occurred on December 14th, 2024, and there's been no attempt since that time to repair the property. The conditions, based on his report, he believes that they are structurally unsound. I provided this information to Mr. Bars, as well as photographs that we have of the property, which I'm going to present to the board. I would also note that there are currently homestead exemptions on the property, even though it's not occupied as a homestead by the owner. Those are the pictures that also form the basis for the city's request that this is an unsafe building under the act, and that it supports the request for the board to affirm the order of demolition. So I just have a couple of very quick questions for Mr. Pollack. If I could have him sworn in and we can give testimony on this.
Okay,
Yeah, so Jordan, just if you could raise your right hand, you swear that the testimony you're about to give the board will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
I do.
All right, could you please state your name?
Jordan Pollack, I am now currently the building inspector.
Okay, at the time that you wrote this report back in March, I'm going to hand you a copy of that report. Is that your report?
Yes, it is.
Is your signature on that report?
Yes.
All right, and did you make that report based on the conditions of the property at the time that
Yes.
you made the report? Yes, and
Yes, I
what
did.
were those conditions?
The roof is in deplorable conditions where from the exterior in the yard, you can see that the gable structure on the rear of the property has been affected and needs to be completely taken off to be repaired correctly.
All right, did you consider it then to be in an unsafe condition?
Yes, I did.
All right, and did you consider it to be blighted in the sense that it impacted the neighborhood?
Yes.
All right, and have you been back there to take any recent photos?
I was there this morning to take photos. I was also there previously before the last hearing where we had to courteously resecure the front door for the property as it was unboarded up.
All right, and has the condition improved since your original inspection back in March?
No, it has not.
All right, so do you still consider it to be an unsafe structure?
Yes, I do.
All right, is there surrounding neighborhood one in which you have owner-occupied homes for the most part?
Yes, it is.
I have no further questions of Mr. Pollack to the board. I don't know if Mr. Bars does.
Good morning, Mr. Bars.
Good morning, Board. How are you all?
Good. Do you have any questions for this witness?
Not at this time. I do have brief argument and a request of the Board, if I may.
Okay, so you're good for now.
Okay, and we have no further evidence or information for the board outside of that I've already presented, and the fact that we do have good service on the respondents.
Okay, so Mr. Bars, at this time, if you'd like to please let us know what's going on with the property and what your intentions are moving forward.
Certainly, Your Honor. Or Board. As a way of background and context, I represent the bank that recently acquired ownership of this property. It was done through a foreclosure action. And the reason why this foreclosure action is significant is because this is a process that we went through with the previous owner. And once we had successfully secured the order to be able to actually continue forward with a sheriff's sale, it seems like very shortly before there was the fire that occurred to the property. So not only as the bank were we the ones trying to recover the property so it could be productive in the community, but then there was this fire. Our position is that context is important because there are insurance proceeds that are more than enough to rehab the facility, rehab the building, or assist with the demolition of the building. My understanding right now is that my client is interested in repairing the facility if possible, but the issue is with the insurance proceeds. The insurance check was issued, I want to say, in maybe March or April of this year, but it was sent to the previous owner. And we are trying to recover those insurance proceeds so we can apply them as they relate to this property. Our understanding and our perspective is that the board or city funds should not really be tied up in trying to repair this property or demolish this property and going through the lien process as it relates to this property. What we have here is a foreclosure action that right before culmination and completion, there was a fire and then an insurance check that went to an incorrect party. We're just trying to get those funds. We would also ask, or our specific request based on this context, is that this case, rather than having the demolition order affirmed, is that this matter be reset for a status check on September 11th. The specific reason why we're requesting September 11th is because there is a parallel proceeding relating to those insurance funds that I referred to earlier. And we anticipate that by the Friday before, to have an agreement or some kind of arrangement that contemplates and allows for the distribution of those insurance proceeds. So really what we have here is not the typical case where there's an owner that has left a property in disrepair. We have a bank that is trying to have the property properly maintained in a condition that is acceptable to both the board and the neighbors, while also recognizing that there is already a pot of money that can be used to achieve this result. While I appreciate the testimony that was provided at this time, what was notably absent from that testimony is any indication of neighboring complaints, which in other cases would be dispositive and informative to the board's decision. And we also recognize that the board would have a concern about having momentum to keep this case and this matter moving forward so it does not become an issue that you guys have to deal with. We recognize and appreciate that, and we would say that the court hearing that deals with the insurance funds and their distribution so they can be applied to this house creates that momentum, which is why we anticipate having an update on September 5th. And based on the calendar that we see online, the nearest board meeting would be September 11th for the September 5th activities.
Yeah, if the board doesn't have any questions of Mr. Bars, I'd like to respond.
The only question I have, excuse me, Mr. Barzin, you mentioned that the check was issued originally in March or April, and
I believe so, yes.
Okay, you believe so, and you mentioned that a lack of maybe complaints from the neighborhood. Is that what you were saying?
When I went through the report, I did not see any indication of that, and listening to the author's testimony today, I did not hear any indication of that.
Okay, but you understand it's our job to, when properties come before us like this, regardless of anything from the residents, it's our job to see it through and make sure it's taken care of, correct?
Yes, and that's why we have come here respectfully after receiving the notice to explain the position and what's going on with the property. This is not an attempt to say that you guys do not have the authority or you guys should not be involved for X, Y, and Z reason. We understand that you all have specific obligations under Indiana state law, as well as certain financial perspectives as it relates to the budgets that you all have. What we have here, which is the only reason why I brought it up, what we have here is a scenario where there is insurance proceeds and that those proceeds can be used and are more than sufficient to cover the cost of repair and or demolition. So the reason why I brought up the lack of, or the apparent lack of neighbor complaints was not to somehow be dismissive, but to show that this board has discretion and it does have the flexibility to see things through without using a one-size-fits-all approach. And we're just asking for an approach that is not one-size-fits-all.
I can
Any
proceed.
questions?
Yeah, so I have some comment. I'd like to respond to Mr. Bars' presentation. So a couple things just to give the board a bit of a reference as far as timeline goes, right? And I will make this part of the record. This is recorded document 2024-019867. This is the sheriff's deed that gave Mr. Barz's client, Allied First Bank, SB, DBA, Serve Bank, possession and ownership of the property. It's dated July 25th of 24. Okay, so July 25 of 24, Mr. Barz's client had ownership. Okay, the fire occurred based on the information we have on Mr. Pollock's report of December 14th of 24. So while they were owners, okay? As it relates to the check, the board and the city are not involved in the fight between Mr. Barz's client, Mr. Barz's client, the bank, the former owner, and the insurance company. That's their issue, and I think I hear him acknowledging that basically, but I just want to make that clear to the board. Most banks have enough money to say like, okay, we'll figure this out over here with the insurance company and the former owner. In the meantime, we'll use our property preservation folks to go over there, clean up the property, cut it, make sure it looks presentable, make sure it's secure. That hasn't happened. As it relates to neighbor complaints, I guess I'm making myself a bit of a witness here, but I live a block and a half away from there, and I can tell you it's not in good shape. And so if you need a complaint, here's one. Since the fire, it's been in bad shape. It's on State Line and Locust, and it hasn't been changed since the fire, except that it was boarded up. And then I know that, as Jordan referred to, there was a reboarding up because it was unsecure. So, yeah. So I think that what I would offer to the board as the city's position would be a request to affirm the order. If the board wants to set a status for that September 11th date, we're fine holding off on recording the order until that date. And then Mr. Barz can come back, give the board an update as to what's going on with his client and the insurance company, everybody else, and maybe there's a new plan in place regardless of what's up with the money, and then we decide what to do. And I'll record the order after that September 11th status.
Did you understand that part, Mr. Barz?
I did. If I may briefly respond, very briefly.
Okay, briefly, please. Thank you.
Yes, with regard to the date of the fire, I think this is significant because opposing counsel has indicated the date of the fire as reflected on the documents. Our position is that the report does not accurately reflect the date of the fire. My client was not the owner at the time the fire occurred. We do have indication from the insurance company as to the date of the fire because they have to have a date of loss to issue the check. And with regard to affirming the order and setting it for a status check later, we would request that that's not the approach that we take in here. The primary reason why we would not ask for that to be the approach taken here is because, first and foremost, with the current scenario that we are dealing with, and I understand the board is not involved with the civil lawsuit, but we are very close to the finish line as far as the distribution of those insurance proceeds. Affirming an order that will not be recorded seems like it would be an exercise in futility. We would ask for this entire case to be set for a status check on September 11th, and at that time, if the board sees it fit to issue an order, then it can do so, and that order can be recorded so that energy that is expended is actually fulfilling the purpose for which it was designed and contemplated under state law.
Mr. Barz, go ahead, Kevin.
I was just going to say, if it really is an exercise, it really is not an exercise in futility. I'm happy to record the order if the board affirms it today. I'm just.
Mr. Barz, it's not. It's something that we do very often to keep the process moving. If you're going to get the funds on September 11th, I think as a board we have no problem setting that as a status date to let us know that the funds have been received. But we'd also like to hear a plan that day of action, like what you intend to do if it's demolish or refurbish, and then we'd also like to have a timeline in mind. So affirming the order today does not in any way, shape, or form take away the September 11th date, and you would have at least 60 to 90 days before anything would happen anyway. So as long as you come back on September 11th, tell us you have the funds, give us a plan of action, then nothing will happen. You can probably work out a rehab agreement if that's your intention moving forward. Something else can be done, but we have to keep the process moving. So, and that's something we do all the time.
So with that, and I appreciate that feedback, is the order being affirmed today and not being recorded until September 11th?
Well,
Is that
it
correct?
wasn't going to be until you mentioned the word futility, so we won't, as a courtesy to you, but keep in mind that we have a job here to do, and we like to keep it moving. So we won't record it until after September 11th, if necessary, okay?
Thank you.
Okay, so we're going to set it for status. Are you going to be on Zoom again, or are you going to be here present at the board?
I would be on Zoom at that time.
Okay,
And we're fine with that, and I would just request that the order be affirmed.
okay.
Motion to affirm the order.
I second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye?
Oh, I need to
Excuse
second,
me,
sorry.
Sorry.
Let me amend that motion. I want to make a motion to affirm the order and set the matter for status for September 11th, 2025.
I second that.
Okay, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Thanks, Mr. Bars. We'll see you on September 11th.
And it's the order, or it's the instruction to the city to hold off on recording that order until.
Correct.
Okay, yep.
Yes. Okay, thanks, Mr. Bars.
Thank you.
Okay. Let's see here. Moving on to letter B, status for 4934 Ash. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Morning to the board, just to set the record, this was last before the board on July 10th, but that I also have it for August 7th and then reset for today. We had Walter Jackson as the owner. Morning, Mr. Jackson. We were waiting for he reported to the board in July that he was waiting for the contractors to finish. Mr. Luter has presented the board with some updated photos, and we're here for status. The rehab agreement expired on June 6th.
Good morning. Could you give us your name again?
Walter Jackson.
Okay, so Mr. Jackson, my memory is that you were going to take it upon yourself to get a hold of them and get some work done?
The siding's actually on the house now, as of yesterday.
Whatever yesterday, after I was by there, time of day was on.
It was around 5 when I got off.
So it was 11, what's today, the 21st? So they were we have pictures from 11 o'clock in the morning yesterday.
I didn't print them because I thought they would be, I have pictures.
Can you show them to the city, please?
Yeah, it shows that this, I can just show you.
Yes, can we see them, Mr. Jackson?
Go ahead.
Okay. Okay. So did they give you an idea, Mr. Jackson, when they would be done?
I'm assuming today. They was pretty much finished yesterday. With the other things on the list, they tried to pull a permit, but they said I need to extend the agreement.
Yes,
what
we need an
they're talking
updated
about.
rehab agreement. Mr. Jackson, is it accurate that I can send it to you via the same email we have in the past?
Yes.
I just want to make sure I've got that. I want to make sure we have that.
I like the color of the siding, by the way.
Thanks.
If you could just stop by the table here before you leave, and I just want to make sure I have your email.
Okay.
All right, and then we'll have that over to him, and hopefully he can sign it this week, and we'll have it up on next week's agenda.
Okay, so do we, that would just,
Yeah, that'll be for the rehab agreement, but I think as far as status, we can go out, what, 60? Or do you want to go out? 90, I think, okay. It'll be done in 90,
Yeah.
yeah.
November the 20th?
Sure,
Is that reasonable, Mr. Jackson?
Yes.
Okay,
week before Thanksgiving,
yep.
okay.
Motion to set the matter for status for November 20th, 2025.
And I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you for being here, Mr. Jackson.
Thanks.
Okay, number 11, we've already handled C. Number 11, late rental registration hearings, letter A, 4603 Sheffield.
Mr. Luter.
25, okay. Is anybody here for 4603 Sheffield? Okay. Go ahead, Bill.
So we have the owners listed as Graciliano and Ruth Frasco since 4/2 of 2003. It's a single unit. They're only late for 2025. They've had no previous appeals, but obviously they've failed to appear this morning.
Well, they were notified, I'm assuming, correct? Okay, good. Yep.
Motion to deny the waiver of the late fee.
I second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Meeting's open to the public. Anybody have anything you want to say? Come on up, sir. 500, so it'll be 504. Good morning.
Good morning, Jose Gelman. Good morning, everybody. Just trying to make sure that I don't get a lien. I have a notice to cut 2 properties, and it says that this is my only notice. My grass was a little higher than usual. Water gets behind the lot and it fills up to 2 feet. So it's just
Remind us of your address again.
Oh, I have a notice to cut 2 empty lots on Summer Street.
What's the addresses of the empty lots?
The only problem is 1531 and 1533.
1533.
The lots on each side have the same address. I just don't want to have a lien from either one on my lots. And also, I just want to, because this is my only notice, I just want to make sure that if it is sufficient, I can cut more of.
Yeah, we communicated with Mr. Galvin via email, the inspector did, that he'd be out after that 10 days to ensure that everything was cut.
Yeah.
We can further discuss the location of the lots and whose ownership is with him. I don't think it's really a board matter.
I think the one question he asked though, Bill, is, he cut it, is it short enough?
It's shorter. He did send some
Okay,
pictures,
so
so it's
we're good.
shorter.
Okay.
I mean, there are some issues, like you said, with water collecting or brush overgrowth that, as long as it's contained, but the grass itself has been cut.
Okay.
Yeah, and also I just want to, this is the only property I have that actually, it has the same address as the other lot, so if you do put a lien on, please write down
We can verify all that before any liens are placed.
Please, because it's same address in both lots, a different key number. That's what, that's why I wanted to make sure that I don't get the lien.
Okay, they're gonna work with you on that. So don't-
And for the record, when a property is liened, we do use the key number, not just the address.
Okay,
Okay, so that's fine.
thanks,
Okay.
Mr.
All right,
Galvin.
thank you. Have a good day. Thank you.
Anybody else from the public? Okay.
Motion to adjourn.
I second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. Thank you.